You do it every night. You pull the blanket up to your chin, tuck yourself in, and get comfortable. And then, without thinking, you slide one foot out from under the covers. Just one. It hangs off the side of the bed or pokes out from the bottom edge. Exposed. Bare. Completely vulnerable to whatever might be lurking underneath. You have done this your entire life. You have never been taught to do it. No one sat you down and explained the technique, and yet tonight, when you climb into bed, you will do it again. So will hundreds of millions of other people on this planet. The question is why? The answer starts with blood. Your body is a furnace. Every cell in your body produces heat as a byproduct of metabolism. Your core temperature hovers around 37 degrees Celsius during the day. But at night, something changes. Your brain begins actively cooling you down. Not because you are sick, not because the room is cold, because sleep requires it. Researcher Kurt Crouchy at the University of Basel discovered that the onset of sleep is tightly linked to a drop in core body temperature. Your brain cannot fully transition into deep sleep until your internal thermostat drops by roughly 1 to 1.5 degrees. This is not optional. This is a biological prerequisite. If your body stays too warm, your brain stays too alert. You lie awake staring at the ceiling, wondering why you cannot drift off. The answer is often temperature. So your body needs to dump heat, and it has a very specific system for doing that. It is called thermoregulation and relies on what engineers and volologists call a heat exchanger. In your body, those heat exchangers are your hands, your feet, and your face. These are the three regions where blood vessels are closest to the skin's surface. When your brain decides it is time to cool down, it dilates these vessels. Blood rushes to the surface. Heat radiates outward. Your core temperature drops. This is called vasodilation. And your feet are the single most efficient radiators on your body. Think about what is happening under the blanket. You are wrapped in insulation. Your body heat is trapped. The air between your skin and the fabric warms up quickly, and the heat has nowhere to go. Your brain is trying to cool you down, but your blanket is fighting the process. The heat builds. You get restless. Something feels wrong, but you cannot name it, so your body does something automatic. It pushes one foot out. The foot hits the open air. The blood vessels in your sole and along your toes are already dilated, pumping warm blood to the surface. Now that blood meets cooler air, heat transfers out. Your core temperature drops. Your brain finally gets the signal it was waiting for. Sleep comes. You never decided to do this. Your hypothalamus did. The hypothalamus is a small structure deep in your brain, roughly the size of an almond, and it controls your body's thermostat. When it detects that your core temperature is too high for sleep, it triggers a cascade of responses. Blood vessels dilate. Sweat glands may activate, and your motor system nudges your limbs toward cooler surfaces. That foot sliding out from under the blanket is not a habit. It is a command from one of the oldest parts of your brain. Researcher Kazue Okamoto Mizuno at Nara Women's University in Japan published a series of studies showing that even small increases in ambient temperature reduce the amount of slow-wave sleep people get. Slow-wave sleep is the deep, restorative phase where your body repairs tissue, consolidates memory, and flushes metabolic waste from the brain through the lymphatic system. Too much heat robs you of this phase. Your body knows this. That is why it fights so hard to cool down. But here is the part that makes it strange. You only stick out one foot, not both, not a hand. One foot, and there is a reason for that, too. If you expose too much surface area, you would overcool. Your temperature would drop too fast, and your body would have to work to warm you back up. That would wake you. The single foot is a precision tool. It is the minimum effective dose of cooling. Just enough heat leaves your body to trigger sleep onset without destabilizing your entire thermal balance. Your brain is not guessing, it is calibrating. This system is ancient. Long before humans had blankets, long before beds, long before roofs, your ancestors slept on the ground in fluctuating temperatures. Their brains needed a way to manage heat loss across wildly unpredictable conditions. Too warm, and the body could not enter deep sleep. Too cold, and hypothermia became a risk. The solution was a dynamic system that adjusted blood flow to extremities in real time, releasing or conserving heat moment by moment based on signals from the hypothalamus. You inherited that system. It runs every night, and the foot sticking out from under your blanket is the modern artifact of a thermoregulatory loop that your species has been running for hundreds of thousands of years. There is another layer to this. Your feet have almost no insulating fat. Unlike your torso, which is packed with muscle and adipose tissue that retain heat, your feet are thin. Skin, tendon, bone, and a dense web of blood vessels sit millimeters below the surface. That makes them terrible at holding heat and exceptional at dumping it. Evolution built your feet to be radiators long before you ever wrapped yourself in a duvet. Now consider what happens when you wear socks to bed. Some people swear by it, and at first glance, it seems contradictory. If your feet need to radiate heat, why would covering them help? The answer is counterintuitive. Wearing warm socks before sleep actually speeds up vasodilation. The warmth from the socks causes blood vessels to dilate and open more quickly. More blood flows to the surface, and once the vasodilation is established, the heat escapes more efficiently, even through the sock fabric. A 2007 study published in the journal Nature found that warming the skin of the feet and hands by just 0.4 degrees Celsius shortened the time it took participants to fall asleep by an average of 15 minutes. The socks do not retain heat. They accelerate the process that releases it. But most people do not wear socks to bed. Most people kick one foot free and let thermodynamics do the work. It is faster, it is automatic, and it feels right in a way that is difficult to explain. Because the feeling is not coming from your conscious mind. It is coming from a feedback loop between your hypothalamus, your circulatory system, and the ambient temperature of your room. There is one more thing worth knowing. The temperature of your bedroom matters more than almost any other sleep variable. More than light, more than noise, more than the firmness of your mattress. Research from the Division of Sleep Medicine at Harvard Medical School consistently shows that the ideal sleeping temperature for most adults is between 15 and 19 degrees Celsius. Below that, your body burns too much energy keeping warm. Above that, your body cannot cool down fast enough to enter deep sleep. That narrow range is the window your hypothalamus is trying to hit every single night. And when your room is even a few degrees too warm, your body compensates. It sweats, it shifts position. It pushes one foot out from under the blanket and points it at the open air like a biological exhaust vent. You have been doing this since you were a child. You will do it tonight. You will not think about it when it happens. It will feel like nothing. A small, meaningless movement in the dark. But it is not meaningless. It is your brain solving a thermal engineering problem in real time, using a cooling system that predates civilization, running calculations you will never consciously process, all so you can cross a temperature threshold that your body requires before it will let you lose consciousness. Every night, you pull the blanket up. And every night, one foot slides back out. Not because you are restless, not because you are strange, because deep in the oldest part of your brain, a tiny almond-shaped structure is doing its job, cooling you down, degree by degree, until your body is finally ready to let go. You do it every night, now you know why.